Do I have to state my name or something?
Yeah, can I have your full name and how you would prefer I would address you?
Uh, Mia Marie Verdonia, and throw a ma'am in there.
Ma'am, Miss Bertonia?
Yeah.
Okay. What era were you raised in?
Can I get a definition on era?
So, like, Gen Z 2010.
Oh, okay. Gen Z, I guess.
Alright. You're part of Gen Z, raised in, like, 2010.
Yeah.
Born '09. Alright.
Yeah.
So, when did you first know God?
Like the concept or first?
Like, when did you first, like, know God or experience a deeper spiritual reality? So, like,
I'd say 7 years old.
did you go to private school?
I made my wait, what's that called? Communion.
Your first communion?
Yeah, I was in catechism for that.
Alright, that's what other people were saying. They were saying they're like baptism and first communion.
Baptism?
Yeah, were you baptized?
Yeah, but when I was like 6 months old.
Yeah, that's like when you're like initiated in church and you're like
But you're not even conscious yet.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. So I would say like my first communion. It's like I could like conceptualize it. Yeah. All right. Were you raised in a religious or spiritual household?
I was at the beginning of my life, but I feel like it's kind of fizzled out because we were too busy with soccer. So I was raised in one, yes.
It's always soccer. And then, how do you feel about your faith? Like, how did you feel about your faith then, when you were younger, versus now?
I would say it's better now than I was younger. I feel like I have a more, better understanding of it now, and actually taking my own initiative into going deeper into my faith.
Okay. How do you describe your spiritual home? So, like, your church.
So my family low-key doesn't belong to a church.
How'd you get communion then?
My family left the church.
How?
They got kicked out.
How do you describe that church before you got kicked out?
It was really good. It was a very good community, from what I know.
Sorry. All right, let's pull it back together. All right. We'll move on from that one. The next question is, how often do you attend mass?
I would say, how many Sundays in a month?
4. Okay. Lock in.
I would say 4 times a month.
Okay. So every Sunday?
Well, sometimes I go on Saturdays, so.
That works. It'll play. All right. Other than specifically religious or spiritual events, what other activities do you consider to be spiritually beneficial?
Like, religion-wise or just, like, soul-wise?
Could be both.
Okay.
Like things outside of, like, your church.
Okay.
What was that?
I like coloring.
Okay, how does that relate to, like, being... how is that spiritually beneficial?
It really calms me down.
Calms you down and you're, like, time to reflect.
Yeah, and, like, think about
life.
Emotions.
Yeah, a lot of people said, like, their service hours for school.
Those are mandatory.
Yeah, but, like...
All right.
It, like, it's spiritually beneficial.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on from that. How does your faith or spirituality impact your life in areas like professionally or with friends or with family or even yourself?
Wait, restate the question.
How does your faith or spirituality impact your life? And you
I would say it impacts it for the better. It gives me a good, firm foundation on On
You
what? Go ahead.
you can consider like at school or like with your friends and family and like with yourself.
Okay, I think it makes me a better decision maker on how I treat my friends, my family, other people. I mean, treat people how you want to be treated.
There you
The
go.
goal, but I think it makes me like stop and think before like is this what God would want me to see?
I get that.
All right.
Okay. How do you know that your faith has grown?
What?
Like, how do you know that you've like grown within your faith?
I would say taking my own, kind of what I answered already, but taking my own initiative. I mean, I'm in catechism since my confirmation.
Yeah.
When family got post kicked out of the church, so yeah, so I'm in actually catechism to make my confirmation in spring.
Nice. All right. How do you hear from God? And does your faith help you make big decisions?
I think my faith does help me make big decisions. I mean, big moves, big plays. I think. Sorry. Big money never comes quick. I'm sorry. Um, I just think if I like have to make a really big decision, I have to like sit down and think about it and see what like God would want, what is like best for me in the long run, and not just short.
I'm picking up.
What I'm putting now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
How do you think you like hear from God?
How I hear from God? I would just say like listening.
Like, how do you think God maybe like answers your prayers?
How He answers my prayers? I mean, when I pray to Him, I just pray for like good health. I think He grants me with a loving family, great friends. Yeah, Griffin, one of them.
Yeah, what a guy.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move to the next one. All right. Have you ever done something that you didn't want to do, or not done something that you've wanted to do because of your faith?
Yeah, I think one time I was off the record, peer pressure to drink, and like that really just put me in a bad place emotionally. And I think I just like wanted to fit in with my peers, but I know that's not where God wants me to be. And yeah, and for the second question, I think I work a lot of service hours through Lana's mom's company to help the unfortunate women of the USA. So I just think it's really pushing me to be a better person and give back to my community.
Do you want to elaborate on like what you do for Lana's mom?
We actually do this. It's like a bunch of women that are post marriage, boyfriends, whatever, and they've been abused or some sort of violence, rape,